and we don't want to cut that corner, we need to make sure that we line that white line up, the giveaway line, the middle line of the new road up to that point that you just said it cut into the car, because it's important that we don't cut the corner, because we could end up on the wrong side of the road. However, like I did say, there is sometimes situations where you may need to cut the corner slightly if there is a car parked on the new road, immediately on the new road. Also then, you were, when we turned right, you were still looking forwards. We need to make sure that we're looking in the direction that we're travelling in, because, sorry, left at the end, because if we're looking straight ahead and turning right, we're in a car driving towards possibly somebody crossing the road, and if you haven't looked, you won't be able to see them. So you need to make sure that as soon as you move away, you are looking in the direction that you're travelling in. And turning right. And we're going to turn right. Good mirrors. Good. So where are you going to position yourself?
Left to centre.
Okay, good. And where are you going to line up that white line?
Right.
Okay, and we're looking into the new road.
I know it.
Nope, stop. What we need to do is make sure we can walk from one side of the road to the other, remember?
Oh, right, yeah.
Okay, so it's clear now, so when you're ready. And we need to look into the new road, good. And we have had to cut the corner there slightly, like what I just spoke about.
Yeah.
It wasn't such a bad situation there because that car was quite a way out of our way because they were parked on the curb around here, so it's not too far off that reference point. When we're approaching those junctions there, when you nearly went...
Did I do well there?
What did you do?
Letting them through left.
Oh yes, you did. I'm still talking.
Left.
Oh, isn't that not when I've not got something major to talk about? And we're turning left. We had a car coming in the opposite direction towards us then, and you said, can I go? And nearly went. What you need to be doing is, as you're coming up to that situation, I know you've got a lot going on, but you need to be looking ahead and seeing what cars are coming towards us. We're going to turn left here, and thinking in your head, can I walk from one side of the road to the other?
Oh, I was running there, wasn't I?
Yeah, you were probably approaching a little bit too fast.
No, I mean I was thinking about running.
Oh, running. Yeah, you were thinking about could you run from one side of the road to the other. We just need to give ourselves that little bit more time by doing it. Can you walk from one side of the road to the other? I'm happy with your mirrors. Every time we've turned, you've nailed your mirrors. So I'm gonna not mention that to you anymore and just keep an eye on it.
And turning left.
And we're gonna turn left. Good. Good indicator. Picking up that reference point on the left. And looking into the road, Tony. Right, lift clutch up.
Oh, sorry.
That clutch keeps going down.
Turning left.
And we're going to turn left.
This time to change gear.
Okay, when you put your hand up from the gear lever, you need to put your foot up as well. So it's hand up, foot up. It's important. Can you remember what happens when you've got the clutch down and you're driving?
My leg gets very tired.
It does, but can you remember what it's called? To be moving with the clutch down.
Oh, coasting or something.
Yeah, and can you remember what coasting means and what happens?
Something to do with engine braking?
Yeah, you lose engine braking. Turning left, and also the car may speed up, so really important that when you change gear, you when your hand goes up from the gear stick, hand up, clutch up, because we don't want to be coasting around the corners. Can you remember
Turning
what?
Left.
Can you think why it's dangerous turning left?
I lose the engine braking.
Okay, and then what could a result of losing engine braking be?
I have to brake harder with the foot brake.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn left opposite the second set of bollards.
I'm going to turn left opposite the second set of bollards. Right, you indicated a little bit early there. Is it good? Slow down, Tony. Right, you approached there too fast. And what happened?
Just stop on the
If you pull over on the left for me, Tony.
Just out of roll.
Yep.
There's some money in the bank first on these approaches, yeah?
Okay. Like what?
What do you mean, like what?
What did I just ask you about coasting?
Well, have you given me a talk through on the speed and approach to anything yet?
No, not yet. Yeah. Because almost as soon as we started, things were coming in that I was having to rectify. So I've concentrated on that each time we've come up to one.
Yeah.
Like your left positioning, right positioning.
Yeah, but remember, my speed and my gear is something I haven't done for left and right hand turns, have I?
Okay. So should I have done that? When should I have brought that in? Right at the beginning?
Yeah.
Okay, do you understand what I'm saying though about I had things happening straight away, so I've obviously spoke about them at each.
Yeah, there was nothing happening there, was there?
You did indicate a bit earlier, there was a turning on the left.
What was it, the car length too early, was it worth mentioning really?
Yeah, but I didn't know that wasn't the fault you were putting in on purpose, I didn't know. Yeah, I could have prioritised to sort the speed out.
Should I drive on?
Yeah. When you're ready, Tony, if you'd like to move on.
And turning left.
And turning left. Can you see into this road? Bring the pace down, bring the speed down, Tony.
Down.
What I want you to do, we need to do it before we actually turn into the road though. What I want you to do is when we're approaching a junction to turn right or left, I need you to be looking as early as you can. Is it a closed or an open junction? Can you see clearly? If it's closed, we need to choose to get the speed down to walking pace. If it's open, we can approach a jogging pace.
Turning left.
And turning left. Can you think why it's important that we approach at the correct speed?
Too slow, I'm going to be holding people up behind. If I'm in too fast, it could be dangerous, couldn't it?
Yeah.
And turning left.
And we're going to turn left. Turn left just where that car came out of. What I want you to do, can you see in that road clearly? No. Okay, so if you get the speed down to jogging pace, walking pace.
Walking pace.
Okay, yeah, and we need to take account of that car in front. Right, you need to change gear, Tony. And turn and get your reference point. This is where I struggle.
And turning left.
And going to turn left, can you see in the road?
No, I can't see anything into this one.
Get into jogging pace. Walking pace. Walking pace. That's it.
So the last one was jogging or walking, and this one is jogging.
No, I got it wrong, sorry. That was my fault. The first one should have been jogging pace and the second one should have been walking. We need to select appropriate gear as well. So I'll talk you through the next one.
And turning left.
And we're going to turn left. What speed do you think this is that you're approaching this merge?
Walking.
Good. And why are you choosing walking?
Because I couldn't see. And I've got to learn I parked on the corner.
Okay, good. What would happen if you'd come up there too fast?
Hopefully I wouldn't have time to look. And turning left.
And we're going to turn left.
Turn left opposite the second set of bollards, this being the first.
Okay, we're going to take the next turning on the left. So I want you to get the speed down to jogging pace.
Jogging.
And look at the car opposite.
Yeah.
And change to the second gear, Tony.
Right, yeah.
Sorry, that's it. Foot, clutch up, hand up, clutch up. That's it, good. And then in the new road. Good.
And we're going to take the next turning to the right.
And we're going to take the next turning on the right. So this time I'd like you to approach at walking pace for me.
Walking.
Yeah. can't quite see in that road. Changing to first.
Alright.
Clutch up, hand up, clutch up. Is it good? Get that reference point. And looking into the new road. And looking in the direction you're travelling. Can you remember why that's important?
I didn't want to hit that police car.
Yeah. And what would have happened if I hadn't reminded you to turn your head and look in the direction we were going?
We'd probably be in Luke Police Station now, wouldn't it?
Probably. You would have done about me.
And turning left.
And we're going to turn left. Good, you just looked in the correct direction, the direction you were driving in there. So that's what I'd like to see when you do your approaching junctions left and right.
Yeah.
Be looking in the direction that we're travelling.
That's important, is it?
Yeah, we did just speak about it, so I don't know if should I brought it up again. What, can you remember why it's important?
Oh yeah, people might be crossing the road, mightn't they?
Yeah, and what would happen if you were looking the opposite direction?
I wouldn't say to them, I might run them over. End of the road left.
At the end of the road, we're going to turn left. So can you remember what we'd do if we saw a pedestrian standing on the pavement?
Turning left.
And we're going to turn left.
Oh, I look at them.
Okay.
Watch their body language.
Good. What if we came up to a pedestrian and we and they had they were standing on the road?
Well, they can stop. You can't run them over, can you?
No. And can you remember what I said about if you see a pedestrian that you were expecting wants to cross the road, would you ever beckon them across?
No, never.
Can you remember why?
Because I've no control over the traffic at all.
Good.
And turning left.
And we're going to turn left. Okay, so what pace do you think might be appropriate here?
I think jogging might be alright. I can see well into the turning.
Yep.
I need a gear, don't I? Second.
Yep, second gear. Hand up, foot up, good. Good new mirrors there. So when you're looking into the road, when we're approaching, what are you looking for?
Pedestrians and anything parked in there.
Okay. And when you check your mirrors, when we've entered a new road, what are you looking for in your centre mirror?
See what's following me.
Okay, and what are you looking for in your right mirror?
See what's overtaking me.
And if there was somebody to be overtaking you, what would you do?
I'd let them go.
And why is it important that you let them go?
Well, they're going to be alongside me and they're either going to hit me or I'm going to hit them, aren't I?
Okay, good. So if we were approaching a junction to our right and we had a vehicle coming towards us on the opposite side of the road, can you remember how you would judge whether you've got enough time to pass in front of that car?
Walk across.
Okay, without making that vehicle.
Stop and swerve. And
Good.
turning right.
And we're going to turn right. So can you move across in front of him? He's
No.
turned anyway. So if we had someone coming across us now,
Across us?
towards us,
Yeah, what about
on the opposite side of the road, what would you do in your head?
in my head?
Yeah. How would you judge whether you could pass?
No, I'd ask myself if I could walk across without making them slow, stop or swerve.
Okay, good. Got someone coming towards us now, so you
Oh.
need to decide, can you move?
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
good.
Why do you overtake me there?
Because we hesitated, which was probably my fault because I asked you questions.
He wasn't there a second ago.
That's why when we move off we need to check our right mirror. Because I'm teaching you to drive. nice and safely. People often don't.
And turning right.
And we're going to turn right.
Nobody coming.
That looks something good.
Looking into the road.
Yep. There, it's good. How does that feel?
Yeah. And turning right.
And we're going to turn right. Can you see there? That man, as he came to approach that junction, I'll talk to you quickly, there's nobody behind us for a second. As he approached that junction, he cut the corner. Can you see how that made you react? Because he was on our side of the road, wasn't he?
It really frightened me.
It did. So we need to make sure that when we approach a right junction, although I said there could be a car there, which there was, but he still cut that corner way too much. We have got someone approaching behind us, so we do need to move on. But you can see how important it is to all road users.
Was he approaching at the right speed?
He was approaching too fast and he cut the corner too much.
And turning right.
And we're going to turn right.
And just give it a stop on the left.
And if you could just pull over on the left for me, Tony.
Don't worry about it, it's not a driveway because it's not a drop curve here. How that feel?
Yeah, right, I'm annoyed that I didn't mention the speed thing earlier on, but it would have come into play because you obviously, before you got me to pull over the last approach you did just before that, you approached it with a higher speed, so with the clutch down, so I would have then gone on to speak about it. I'm pretty sure that would have triggered my brain to talk about it.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of really good stuff there. A lot of nice links made. Just needed to help me on the initial ones with the speed and the gear on approach,
Yeah.
And then you've got some money in the bank. You can go back then and ask me what kind of speed I'm going to approach this one. Is it open or is it closed or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rest of it's very good. Rest of it's very good. Yeah, just remember to put that money in the bank. Yeah. You looked a bit shocked when I took that left-hand turn at the wrong speed. Yeah.
I knew in my head. I'd thought it earlier. I haven't sorted out the speed yet. But like I said before, when we pulled over, there was so many other things going on that I was concentrating on sorting those and getting. I was talking about reference points, picking up reference points, and trying to mention the speed at the same time. If I'd have started off very early with it, I could have, like you said, put the money in the bank.
Yeah.
So I don't know if later on we can just quickly go over doing one, because that's where I struggle talking in that small distance. So if we can just go over me talking one through properly.
Yeah, so you've made a link with the mirrors. So instead of going, check this mirror, check that mirror, ask me what mirrors I'm going to check. Then all you have to do then is just watch me to make sure I do them, yeah?
Yeah.
Because I will take that link from what I done last week, yeah?
And
then that gives you more time then to tell me what speed to get down to.
Yeah. Once I've crossed that off, I haven't got less to talk about.
Tell me what gear to match it with. Yeah?
So would you say walking pace, I'd get you to change into first, jogging pace, stay in second?
Walking pace is about 5 miles an hour, isn't it?
Okay.
The car's going to rumble around the corner or even stall, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
So I'd say to you, say we're coming up to one now, I'd say, Tony, I want you to take the next turning on the right. Make sure you check your mirrors. Right, this is a closed junction. I'd like you to bring the speed down to walking pace. Put the car into first gear. Hand up, clutch up. Get all your reference points.
Yeah, and if there's nobody behind you, like there wasn't there.
Yeah.
You can check my knowledge and just make it a bit clearer what you're saying. If there's a vehicle coming towards us,
I kept saying, I said crossing. Yeah, I get my words mixed up.
You didn't make any mistake with the vehicle that overtook me, yeah. He wasn't behind us when we spoke.
Yeah.
He come hammering down the road, yeah.
Yeah, and I did notice him, didn't I?
Yeah, you did spot him. You spotted him at the same time as I did, so obviously I wouldn't have gone. and you made a point that that's why it's important to check the mirrors before you make that turn, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you done nothing wrong there. You know, when you held me up, he wasn't there, but he obviously came down this road at a good 40 mile an hour.
Yeah. And also that car that cut the corner, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, it's really good to turn that into a
Learning tool.
a teaching exercise, yeah. Because then I can see from the point of view of how it affects me. It's like when I said to you, we're emerging. If I'm approaching emerging too quickly, and then I'm going along a straight road, and somebody emerges from my left very quickly,
Yeah.
or approaches very quickly, and stops really suddenly.
Puts the windies up, yeah.
Well, yeah, it could make me swerve out to the right. So it's important that you link that to me and say, well, you know, how did that make you feel?
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly how you make people feel when you come up too fast.
Yeah. Also, with this, we didn't have a situation where you didn't start to put it in, but I never spoke about keeping your steering straight. When you stop to move to the right, like when you line yourself up in the middle, you know, you said sometimes like the people could do the steering slightly to the right, so the wheels.
Yeah, I didn't play out. Yeah,
But would that have done me in good stead if I'd have mentioned that when to keep the steering wheel straight?
you could
Or would it have not given me any more of, do you know what I mean? Would it not do me any good mentioning that until it arises?
It's been proactive, isn't it?
Yeah.
If we'd gone around a few more, I probably would have done it.
Okay.
It will come up later on today anyway.
Okay.
Right, well done. Now relax.
Yay.
How's your leg?
Yeah, okay.